baby mom,
Didn't ask you to do that, but all right.
yeah, Kai's mom, she ended up hitting me because they spent almost $1,000 on Bieber tickets.
What?
Yeah, for
Excuse me.
her and everybody else. Yeah. I mean, whatever. Yeah, they spent almost
Jeez.
$1,000 on Bieber tickets, and then she had sent me a message because she had asked me if I could buy her a
Yeah,
pair of kicks, so she could have some new kicks to
I
go
got it.
to the Bieber commercial. I mean, to the Bieber show.
Right.
So, I bought her some kicks, and I went to go pick her up, and then she had texted me when I was on my way to go get Kai, like, yeah, they pretty much canceling the shows, and she sent me a video of why, and he was saying he had Ramsey's Hunt disease syndrome diagnosis.
Ramsey's Hunt.
Yeah, Ramsey's
Yeah,
Hunt syndrome.
it paralyzes
So
one side of
he
his
was
face.
diagnosed with that. Yeah, so and he was like smiling, and only one side of his face would smile when he's sitting there talking and he's blinking. Only one eye is blinking.
That's
You know what I'm
awful.
saying? Yeah, it's fucking crazy. I mean,
Ramsey Hunter is a painful rash around the ear and the face and mouth. It occurs when uh, the silly, I hope I'm not zoster virus affects a nerve head.
Okay. So how does it paralyze you?
It just says
it attacks the nerves.
attacks
Whatever
whatever
he had,
nerve.
he pretty much had some type of ear infection or some type of virus in his ear that attacked the nerve endings on the left side of his face, which left him paralyzed.
Wow.
Yeah, it
Which is
takes.
crazy because remember we had a family member, your brother. He had caught Lyme disease and
Who
it
caught
did
Lyme
the same thing.
disease?
My brother.
Sammy had caught Lyme disease a couple months back. It did the same thing. It wasn't forever, but it made one side of his face paralyzed. He couldn't.
Yeah,
It was slouched. It was like just going down,
yeah.
and it went away.
They said this can go away too. They said they treated with steroids 6 to 3 months.
Okay, so it's not something that is going to stay forever. Because I was
Yeah,
going to
You
say
don't know exactly how. I mean, it could be 3 months, 6 months, or
Ramsey Hunter is the same as shingles. That's what it's saying. I'm reading that.
shingles don't go away.
I'm about to say.
It's a rare disease that occurs when shingle outbreaks attacks facial nerves and close to one of your eyes, ear disease, same family, chicken pox, monkey pox.
Oh, that
And,
monkeypox bullshit.
It's
bro,
crazy.
I don't know what's going on with the world. I think
I had never
Jesus is
heard
about to
it
make his
about that
return.
until that. I mean, granted, how many diseases have I never heard of? It's thousands of diseases, maybe millions of diseases out here that I've never heard of. But for you to actually witness that on a celebrity level and see how it affects him, like not just affects his pockets, but
Oh yeah.
him physically, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, he got the. He's the one. He's one of the guys. I can say he has the money to, pretty much do whatever he needs to get done to himself. I mean, you don't want to. I don't wish that shit on anybody, but
yeah, but
he stands a better chance of fucking. If it takes if they say it takes 3 to 6 months, what I mean, he'd be one of the dudes that'd be like, yeah, in 3 months I'll be back to normal. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the money to get the best doctors and the best medical treatment.
how would you think that affects your self confidence? Going
As a
from,
big
I mean,
star
think
like
about
that.
it, yeah, but a person like Justin Bieber, he was well, not was, but he is a heartthrob to the people who are fans of his. You know what I'm saying? He's been a pretty boy since he was a child. You know what I mean? And now you go from, I mean, it's not like it have made him just completely changed exactly how he looks, but when when you smile, then remember how Two Face, one of them, one side smiled and the other one was just solid
Evil.
straight. That's
That's right.
exactly what happened when he smiled on TV. I was like, oh man,
You're not
he's
gonna.
legitimately Two Face.
You're not gonna see homie. Like you're not.
He's
No,
doing
you're
videos.
definitely not going to see him.
I mean, he did the
He's
video
doing
for that.
videos, and he's still in. I mean, it's not like he's avoiding.
No, meaning
He's going.
He's
on
not
the road and
Yeah, he canceled. That's what I was
You're
saying.
not gonna see him visibly. You're not gonna paparazzi may catch him coming out of the hospital visit, but that's about it.
yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
if you go remember though, if you look at a couple, what was it like a year ago with the yummy shit, he was kind of silently blowing the whistle on some shit.
Yeah, that was
That's
crazy.
first thing I thought about when you just said that, I'm like, what do you got? Some rare shit, right?
Conspiracy shit, huh? Yeah, you know what? You did just put that to light.
I'm just saying. It's rare. I don't Catherine Hunt disease. I have no idea what that is.
Catherine Hunt's disease.
I have no idea what that is.
Wait, Catherine Hunt is. I mean, forgive me if I'm wrong. She's the same woman that played on Twister, right?
Oh no, that's Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt. Oh, that's all the Hunts. He got Catherine Hunt disease. Helen Hunt.
Every Hunt. No, and I don't want to make fun of
No.
I don't want to make fun of Justice Bieber. It's just that it's just all it's a little shaky to me. But yeah, I mean, you could be any age and catch a weird disease. Depends on, and you know that man travel.
Yeah, so that's another. I don't know how. You know what I'm saying? It just you're right. You know, when the government wants to get you out of here.
When the government wants to get you out of here,
for realsies,
out of here.
I don't know, man.
Stranger Things.
I don't watch
You know, I watch Stranger Things. I'm the strangest man.
Yeah, you don't watch Stranger Things. You watch Walking Dead, but you won't watch Stranger Things.
No, Kev don't watch nothing that don't come with a damn what's that shit called? The closed caption for Japanese writing.
Stranger Things is about superheroes. You know that, right?
He don't.
This the Marvel's biggest fan of the metaverse, multiverse, and he wants the metaverse, the multiverse,
all the verses,
miracle verses, every verse.
Listen, I got
that's good.
You know why I had a hard time watching like my kids and my mom.
You ain't trying.
I'm not even trying. My girl watches it in the room.
It's fire.
She watched that shit legit in the room every night before I go to bed.
I'm begging this nigga to watch The Boys for you.
I look at that. I just look at the shit. I'm not watching The Boys.
Nah, them shit's The Boys is fire. That joint's fire. Kev didn't like the fact that I told him what happened in the first episode of season when the bull shrunk into the bull's dick. He didn't like that part.
Yeah, that's why. Yo, anything that got anything to do with anything like that, Kev is fucking. He will not try.
Yeah, he's not. He's
not interested. I'm like, dude, I don't want to see a fucking.
Bro, that's not what the show is about.
He'll watch porn, but
that's not. But that's not even what the show is about. The show.
I know what the show is about. I know what the show is about. Like I watched. What y'all had me watch? Indestructible or what's the fuck is?
Oh, the cartoon.
You talking about the cartoon?
Yeah, I watched that. That was good. I try to get into some shit. If I start watching it, I'm like y'all try to have me watch. What the fuck was this shit called? Shameless. I watched that shit. I'm like, I'm not watching this shit.
That was good. I mean,
I was like,
what's the common denominator with Shameless and what we just talked about?
Nothing happened on Shame. Nothing happened on Shame.
That's why he won't. It's like, as soon as he gets there, it's like, they're going to question me now.
The Bible.
Whatever, dog. Let's get off of me. Let's get on.
No, fuck that. Listen, yo, my wife, I got her into The Boys. We caught up over a weekend. She didn't watch The Boys, but she actually watched it with me over the weekend or through the week, and we cleared all the way up until right now. We current. And the reason why it's good is because it really ain't about the superheroes at all. Like they heroes, and that's a cool part of it, and it's based on a comic book and all that. But the real crazy shit,
interaction,
is the bureaucratic, crazy shit that goes on behind, like psychopath shit that goes on behind the scenes. That's what makes it interesting. It's not even about the heroes.
And the fact that they have superpowers just makes it outlandish at times. Like,
listen,
it makes the murder better.
Yeah,
it is.
Makes the murder better. It makes the rape a little bit more.
Just a little bit.
Just a little more.
Yes, because that happens as well.
Like real shows that I watched from beginning to end. That was a show. Was like Sons. That was it. I'm not a big TV show person. I'm more of I like documentaries. I like more like real life shit that goes on. Like I can sit there and watch that shit all day. Like I watch
a lot, Kev. You watch every anime series.
I like
every anime series.
I like anime, but I was watching the shit on Netflix. They had the Formula One. Watch that whole series. It's just behind the scenes of Formula One and showing the races. The shit was dope. It even has me now like looking for Formula One races and actually sitting there and watching it. But it's set up like it was like real TV. The crashes, people dying on there. Just
what's your favorite show right now?
My favorite show.
Yeah, favorite show. Seriously.
One Piece. It's anime.
yeah,
What's that?
It's
One
anime.
Piece.
Anime.
One Piece is with the dude with the
It's
hat.
like 1,000. It's like 1,000 episodes. That's it, dog. I haven't been.
What does that do? And I'm genuinely interested in
It's,
what kind of show.
it's just anime, dog. It's the anime about pirates, superpowers, the whole nine. Like I watched. It came on. It came on back in 19. It started airing. It first aired in 1999. It's still going on till today.
Mm.
So it's been running for almost 20 something years. So you got to think I was invested in it back in 1999. Like then I stopped watching it for like, I mean, I just stopped watching it and then I just like picked it up again. I'm like, oh shit, let me watch this shit from the beginning again. Like I was watching it when I was a kid and I'm like, all right, cool. Now I'm into it, invested in it. Fucking is like almost up to 1,000 episodes.
What's the interesting part about it?
One Piece like that. I've watched some of it, but it's not bad. It's not bad.
It's not bad, dude.
Anime.
It's like I like people like I like anime. Like I always been in the animation. I always been.
Yeah, I know that.
I've been fast. I love it. Like it's like, the fight scenes is a lot. They could do a lot more with the fight scenes. They can do. You know what I'm saying?
The fight scenes on The Boys be
shit.
But I mean, what's your top 5 right now? Top 5 shows that if a new episode drops,
you want it.
You have to go. And watch
I watched
top
one,
5.
I watched the One Piece. I told you the Formula One, the joint.
Is that a docu-series?
It's like a docu-series. It literally follows each season of Formula One. It follows Formula One racing, man. It just, dude. I just the second season came on, bro. I just watched that shit. I'm fucking with what else I'm fucking with.
Formula One, you got One Punch. They ain't got to
One
be in
Piece.
order.
They said One Piece or One Punch.
One Piece.
I'm sorry.
One Punch Man. Yeah, I watched that.
I know you love One Punch Man.
I like it, but I'm not gonna be like, oh shit, I got to see that.
Bullshit.
All my shit is anime, dog. Demon Slayers. That shit is
Demon
fire.
Slayer. There you go. That's 3.
What would I stop to watch? I'm about to get back on. Like, if they came out with another Sons, they could take. Like, I'm watching the Mayans.
You're not watching the Mayans. Sorry, you.
I watched the Mayans.
Dax is dead. That's over.
I watched Mayans, but I stopped watching it because when COVID hit, they stopped productions on it.
They only had like 2 seasons before.
I watched both, and I watched.
It's been out for like 4 years. It's got 2 seasons.
I watched both. I watched both seasons.
Which one's better though?
Sons is better. Mine's takes
only 2 seasons. Mine's got potential.
Mine's got potential, but Sons, dude, Sons in 3 episodes. All I ever tell people, like, yo, if I watch literally 3 episodes of the Sons, not even from the beginning, just caught the shit in the middle because my homies was watching when I was on bike week. 3 episodes turned into me. I never cried on watching any show.
Yo,
when Oak died. Yeah. I cried. Like I had tears in my eyes. Like I was like emotionally invested in the shit.
That's the telltale sign of a good show. I get involved in that, not crying, but like when you get attached to characters, that's the difference here. Like you get attached to characters, you know that the writing is good, the show is good, but that doesn't happen for everything. But I got cooked on the Sons when Kev told me, yo, you should watch Sons of Anarchy. I put it right on. And I watched it, and I got hooked and watched the whole shit. I watched the whole season. I watched the whole series probably like 2-3 times. It's good.
What's the other joint? The joint y'all put me on, the anime joint. Like I'm waiting for that to come back on.
Me too.
Like I like
was
that.
Invincible.
Invincible.
Like waiting for Invincible to come back. Yes.
Like I can sit. I binge watch that. I literally binge watch that shit because this shit was fire.
Before The Boys, didn't it?
Yeah, I tried.
No, after. But like during the same time is when I got on to both of them though.
I'm trying to think. That's what I said. That's 3 Invincible.
And you know what? That one was, both of them are based on comic books. The Boys and Invincible is based on comic books, and both of the comic books is dirty as hell. Just
and if they came out with it, but they ain't gonna come out with another one. But that's finished, dude.
This will be your 5th.
No, my 5th will be, I don't even know. My 5th would probably be Baki. Baki's my shit.
Baki is good, but that's a very short.
Cat don't watch real people.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't have.
I didn't say it was anything wrong. I'm
You're,
just saying
you're technically not watching real people either. I watch real people. Formula One is real people. That is real life.
That's true. I forgot about that show. My bad.
Yeah, you can't really get no realer as in people because they play themselves. Dre, top 5, bust it.
Top 5. Oh my gosh, top 5.
Top 5.
See, you won't like my top 5. My top 5.
It's your 5.
Now, I know you went over it with Kev. What's the rules of my top 5 shows though?
It should be a series.
A series. That's it.
And emotionally invested.
It could be a full. It could be just one season. I mean, there's new shit that's out that people are addicted to immediately. I mean, not. I wouldn't say like a short series, like a limited series, like with 3 episodes, or you know what I mean.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go New Girl. And yeah, that's just for me.
That's my shit. New Girl.
Shameless was in my top until they got to season 8, but I'm gonna still put them up there. Shameless.
Okay.
Right now, definitely The Boys. Invincible. Well, I don't know. It's only one season, and I'm just more. If they come out with an episode right now, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And the last one is let's see, The Office.
Oh, so you going old school with it?
Oh, so yeah. He didn't say I can rewatch. If I can rewatch it,
yeah. No, I'm trash. I watch the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, you do watch the same shit
over and over.
My 5 would be. I've been stuck on this show From. I'm waiting for them to drop a new season of that.
What's that?
From is about these people who end up going. They're driving through an area and they end up in this town. And when they get to the town, everybody always asks directions because they're lost. But what happens is when you leave the town, you end up coming right back to the same town. So no matter which direction you go, you end up back in the same town. So when they're stuck in the town, everybody who goes there ends up being stuck. Come to find out, there's like this evil entity around the town. So at nighttime, everybody has to go indoors and they have to keep like this talisman on your door, and you're not allowed to let the shit in. And if you let it in, it's going to murder everybody inside. Shit is insane. It's dope ass TV show. Comes on Epics. If you're listening and you're wondering, you'll see some people on there that you've known to be on some shows or movies. It's a good the same black dude from Z Nation. I don't know if you've ever seen Z Nation or
I've heard about it. I never watched it.
Black dude that was on the beginning of Z Nation. He stars on that. He's a good actor too. Dope. It's a dope TV show. So From
Brad Pitt.
The Boys, that's my shit. Umbrella Academy. I'll be
that's what I'm okay. All right, you go. I'm with you.
You only had 3, so that's your 4th one, Dre. Umbrella Academy.
Dre pushed 5 already.
Yeah, I did. But I'm swapping out. Once you get done, I'm gonna swap out.
Okay, so From Umbrella Academy, The Boys. Something that I always have to watch when it drops. I fuck with Atlanta.
Okay.
I like the different type of episodes. Especially this season, some of the shit on there on this season is off the wall. If you haven't watched the new episodes of Atlanta, it's a lot of shit that fucks with your head, like with society in today's time and how they kind of flip the script for people. You know what I mean? I don't even want to get too much into it if you haven't seen it, but if you do get a chance to watch the new season, that's just type fire. And my last go-to show that I have to watch, I'm just actually like turning the TV on and actually going through shit like I'm sitting home about to smoke a blunt or something. Blacklist. That's my shit.
Yeah, you've told me about that. I started watching.
It's like on season 10 or some shit, 11 or some shit. That shit is fire too. I like James Spader.
Bro, yeah, I know, right? I like that, bro. When sometimes, like, say if you told me about that, what you did, I just haven't finished watching it. Like, I've watched a couple episodes. I like when I catch a show that's been on for a while, and then I just get a whole bunch more shit now when I like it.
You know what I can sit down and watch any time of the day? I'm gonna fuck is Law and Order. Anything about Law and Order SUV. I can watch Law and Order. I can sit and watch Law and Order for 5 hours straight.
Watches the Law and Order.
SVU.
Rape happens.
No, dude.
Special victims. Yes, it is. It's always has to do with some
I
type
watch-
of sexual encounter.
No, because
or
special
random
victim unit has the best
special
core.
victims.
Has the best core of people on
actors.
there.
That's why
Exactly.
you like the
Yes.
group of actors. on
Yes,
there.
I like the actors on there. I tried to get the other, but yo, SVU, I don't give a fuck. I'll sit there and
That's
binge
the one
watch that
with-
shit for
with
20
Ice-T,
hours.
right?
Yes.
Now, which one? Who is on the other one? There's somebody that's famous on the other one. That would be within
The dude that played
listen.
Kingpin and Spider-Man. He's on
Wait,
the record.
Spider-Man or in Daredevil?
He was in Spider-Man too. You don't remember him in Spider-Man? The most recent Spider-Man with all three of them?
He wasn't in that Spider-Man, brother.
Yes, he was.
No, he was in Hawkeye.
Oh, he wasn't Hawkeye. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the only reason why I didn't mean it, I wasn't trying to correct you. I didn't know if you were talking about the same guy.
Yeah. I got him mixed up. Yeah, he was in Hawkeye.
All right, I'm just making sure. So when I was saying this, I have to swap out. But if we want to talk about shows that you could turn on and just watch, I'm gonna give you something weird. Whenever I'm editing a video or like doing something that is like doing something on that type note, I could turn on House. It's something that
I haven't watched House in a long time.
nobody really fuck with it, but to me, it's the perfect. I can put it on in the background, and for some reason I get shit done when I'm watching House.
When I'm doing my editing, it's always like Family Guy or Cleveland Show or
See,
American Dad.
Niggas talk about me watching
because I don't
animated
have to-
shows.
Yeah, but it's a comedy 30-minute little anime. It's like I don't necessarily have to watch what's happening because as soon as you hear the shit that Peter says, it's like this motherfucker's goofy as hell. You know what I mean? Or that should just be too funny just hearing it. But I mean, I could go without watching Family Guy until the season's over, and then I can just like binge watch or something. I don't care if it's not. I'm not pressed. Yeah,
like Dre and the Simpsons. But you know what? I gotta finish watching though. Got to binge watch. I gotta finish watching Snowfall. I got pretty far on that. Yes, I got. Yeah, I got past one weird scene on there that was just like Jesus Christ.
What's the weird scene, buddy?
Well, you should have told that nigga where that money was at. He looking nigga stole the bull money. Wouldn't tell her where the money was at, so they sent.
Wait, are you talking about? Oh, you on the first season?
Yeah, I did never. I was watching it. I was watching it on what's the name? I think it was like on FX app, and they just took the shit off of there. So I'm like, I can't find, and I couldn't find the shit with the apps I had loading on my TV to watch it. I'm like, I can't even fucking watch this shit. I was into it. So now I can watch it again. So I think I'm just gonna sit there. My girl keeps saying, I want to watch it with you. I'm just gonna watch it by myself because it's my way.
Don't fall for that.
I'm not.
We've all fell for that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch this shit because I'm into shit like that. Like I got into Power and shit like that, but it was like I got into it, but I was like, it's just it was like it was cool, but it's like it's so far along and people talk about it too much on social media, so like it's wrong episodes get ruined for me and shit and all that. I'm like, I'm not watching this shit. Like it's hard to watch shows like that, dog. Like when Sons happened, I didn't watch the last season of Sons. I literally didn't go on social media for months until that shit died down, just to watch it and get 4 episodes from the end to have my girl tell me, "Oh yeah, Jax dies."
Yeah, she shouldn't. We don't do that. Nah, we don't do that. You ain't supposed to do that.
I just looked at this motherfucker like, you fucking goofy bat.
What show did you watch have the hardest episode for you to watch?
Kev hate this. Look at him.
Sons.
Kev hate it.
What, the hardest episode for me to watch? No, it wasn't hard. What do you mean hard?
Like you watching it and you're like, nah, man, get the fuck out of it. I can't believe
Sons.
you know what I'm saying?
Sons, when they finally killed Clay.
No, that wasn't it.
No, Obi would have been.
Nah, it was terror for me.
Kev said
I was like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? He gonna kill her ass.
Kev said Terror died the same season
as Obi, wasn't it? The same season as Obi?
No.
I swear it was the same season.
No.
Nah.
She just died right after.
No. Son never put 2 big murders in one season.
Nope. Mine was when Glenn died on The Walking Dead.
Oh yes.
When the brains out of Glenn, and he looked up, and the nigga head was open, and his brains was coming out, and he told his wife, "I'll find you." Where in the afterlife?
Yes.
Because Negan wasn't letting none of that shit slide back then. When I first got to meet Negan on the show, that was a cold-blooded motherfucker, boy. He was cold. And he beat them niggas to death in front of their friends.
I'd have killed him so many times. It's not even funny.
Yeah, he's still alive.
He's like Clay of Sons. It is. But I watched this. The niggas tell me to watch The Walking Dead with them. They tell me to watch The Walking Dead with them, but give me that big reveal before I watch the show.
I didn't give you that reveal.
No,
I didn't tell you nothing about it.
So you take long. You take long, nigga. Nigga been telling you to watch it for 15 years.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care. I'm like, I didn't.
I don't care.
I don't watch. I'm like you with music, Dre.
Oh God.
Oh shit.
Shut up. So, because if I tell you, go listen to this album,
that's funny because
you're not exactly.
I understand like what you're saying when it comes to
I'm like you with music.
And Dre was like, oh shit, wait a minute, is this such and such? And I was like, never heard this song before. He was like, no, play that joint. I'm like, damn, this joint almost a year old.
Yeah, I'm like you with music. How people tell you to listen to this album, you like, I'm not gonna listen to it. I'm the same way with movies. Like I'll watch it or shows. I watch it when I feel like watching it.
I think it's harder just to listen to it.
I can't get mad at that.
Is to get into a show.
Nah, it is because getting into a show is the same energy it takes to watch. Listen to an album. You got to be emotionally invested. Like when I watch Sons, I watched that. I was emotionally invested. And niggas telling me, "Oh, this happened. You gotta watch this show. This that happened." I'm like,
yeah, but you can watch a show and you can listen in things. So one thing might intrigue you more than just hearing something. But if you just listening to an album because someone says that they think that the album is hot, it's harder for you to get grabbed by the album than it would be for you to get grabbed by a television show.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this over and over again.
Oh shit.
People, no, I'm serious. Like, cause I in my opinion, I said it before. When people tell me about how good somebody is lyrically, yo, man, he be saying, I swear on everything I love, I do not give a fuck. So when somebody tries to tell me, like, yo, you should go listen to this song because such and such, yo, he got bars. I'm like, I don't care. But to me, that's on a vibrational thing. I listen to certain music at certain times that put me in a certain mood. So it's not really about the words. And same thing with shows. But it's not about the words with music, like to me anymore. It just isn't. I don't care. I don't care what Kendrick said.
It's about a vibe.
Like I just
it's about a vibe.
Me personally, I just like dope ass fight scenes. I like fighting. Like I've watched I'm in any boxing, bare knuckle fighting just came out. Like I'm big in that right now, invested in that. Shit, even when I was a kid, I used to watch UFC on VHS tapes when it first came out in the 90s. UFC was around like 92, 93. My mom
Where'd you get those from?
My mom used to rent from back in the day. She was renting from like 5-Star Video back in like 95. This one, the UFC was no weight limits. Nobody really knew. Like you had to mix all these styles. People would just come in there to say, "Hey, karate's the best style, Muay Thai is the best style, jiu-jitsu the best style, boxing." And it was just no holds barred. It was
the manliest of men.
It was no gloves back then. There was no UFC gloves back then. The wrestlers can wear their wrestling shoes. The boxers can wear their boxing shoes. The jiu-jitsu guys could wear their gigs. It was like no uniform and clothes or gloves. Back then, you can punch people. You can do groin shots, headbutts, knee them in the face while they on the ground. Like it was just a brawl to see who is the toughest guy. It used to be like the world's toughest shit. Like,
so you hate it now?
Nah, I still watch it now. It's just that sports evolve. Like it gotten better. It's more like me watching bare knuckle now. When bare knuckle first started, we just thought whatever. But it's a skill set required to do these sports, man. And it was a skill set to do at USC because when Horace Gracie came in there and was tapping motherfuckers out with jiu-jitsu and nobody knew what it was, people had to fucking adapt to that style because this dude was just fucking unbeatable. So I still watch it.
What did y'all think about that? I didn't watch the fight, but what did y'all think about that Javante fight? Did y'all even think that the other bull, Rollo, what's his name, Rollo?
Man, that dude sound like.
Did you think he had a chance? Because
deaf in one ear or something wrong with him.
Was he? Yeah, is he deaf?
I know he got to be because he got like a speech impediment.
Yeah, that's usually if you like are partially deaf, you have a little bit of that.
Yeah, so
you know what I'm saying. But yeah, did you think he had a chance?
No, Javante Davis.
Why like, though? You ain't gonna tell me.
Davis is like freaking. He's like Floyd Mayweather's though. He picks his opponent. I mean, he's gonna fight. He's gonna say he want to fight some of the best, but he'd catch him. The boy have a chance. Like he didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight Lomachenko for the longest. Like they was avoiding Lomo, but now he'll take Lomo after Lomo caught a loss by stepping up 2 weight classes.
There is business in fighting, though.
Oh yeah,
and it's been for years.
But that's why I don't like boxing. That's why I like boxing, but I prefer UFC over boxing. You can't duck a fight in the UFC. You're the number one man. No, if you're the number one man, and you're the number one guy, and you got a champ. That's a champ. Oh, you're fighting. Like if Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao was in the UFC, oh, y'all are fighting at the peak of your powers. You're not fighting a diminished guy when y'all past your prime. You're fighting Pacquiao when Pacquiao was putting niggas out.
Yeah.
Where Floyd will, he fought Miguel Cotto after Miguel Cotto got his fucking face beaten by plaster. The guy had plaster pretty much on his gloves. Like he got his hands wrapped and dipped in plaster. So it was like dude was getting punched with fucking plaster in his face with a little bit of padding over top of it. So you beat him up. You didn't fight him when dudes was fucking covering for body shots and he was breaking their arms because they trying to block a body blow and he was hitting so hard that he broke a dude's arm. You ain't want to fight him then. You want to fight him after he's half a man now. So
okay.
But that kind of gets into my topic though.
What's your topic?
Topic. Oh, what is a man, dog? Like, what is it? Like, what is a man?
Explain.
You ever hear women like, "Oh, I want a real man," but
I want a real man.
But they don't know what what a man entail. Like what a man's entail. Like,
but are you saying because there's 2 ways you could take that, and I want to make sure I'm talking correctly.
Like, man, say how you feel, dog.
Are you saying what does it take to be a man in today's society, or what is a man in the traditional sense of LGBTQ, where they're talking about I don't identify as a man or a woman. I identify as intersex or whatever. Which one are you talking about?
I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm not going to speak. I speak on.
I
don't touch it because I'm not a fucking whatever. I don't touch the shit because I'm not in that community. I'm not.
Kev, we know, yo. You don't watch gay scenes. We know.
I was gonna ask if y'all had seen the new Jackass, but I know he would never ever.
Because I do watch Jackass. I watch Jackass.
He wouldn't watch the new.
I watch Jackass. Come on, bro. Listen.
I've never seen them put so many dicks in a Jackass movie in my life. But
I didn't see it, but
I was like, all right. The very first scene, he uses his dick to be Godzilla in a town. This shit is crazy, bro.
But before y'all try to fucking lay me a fucking homophobe and shit, not kidding.
Nobody,
that's what y'all trying to.
Not at all. I just know
L and shit, and being banned from work.
Wait. No, you're not though. We already know you're not. But it's fun to make fun of you. But the real thing is, we just talked about a show, and you was like, "Yeah, man, I love that show." Until it got to that scene, and I was like, "Snowfall." And I knew exactly what scene you was talking about before you said what it was.
I was like, "Yo, I can't." I'm not. Listen, bro. That's the fucking thing I hate about people in today's fucking society. I'm either going to fucking tangent. It's like a motherfucker can't
disclaimer.
Because this motherfucker can't not like or have dislikes about certain shit and then be fucking want to ban. Listen, it's fucking white people out there who don't like rap music because they think it's some ghetto fucking bullshit. I don't give a fuck. I don't need you to listen to my fucking music. Who cares? Listen to country music. Enjoy your fucking life. Now, you got to go lose your fucking job. You're racist. I'm like, no, a racist is a person who comes out and says nigger and he thinks all black people should die. That's a racist. Homophobe is somebody who don't believe gay people deserve rights or should be treated like human beings. That's not me. If I don't like something, I just don't fucking like it. Motherfuckers don't like Kool-Aid. They're not a Kool-Aid hater. They just don't like fucking Kool-Aid.
See, I call that racist.
Well, back to what I was saying, man, about the whole
all right, fuck it.
The whole being a fucking being a man thing.
I'll let it go.
God, oh hey, y'all motherfuckers is like y'all trying to paint this picture. Y'all trying to paint this picture of me on this motherfucker.
It's
and I
okay
gotta
to not like things like okay, you're heterosexual, so you don't like homosexual sex. You may be okay with homosexual people, but you don't like homosexual
I don't
sex.
want to see butt fucking.
You can't watch a porn, a heterosexual porn, and watch a dude fuck a woman, and because they focus on the dick inserting into a vagina consistently in heterosexual porn, and then look at a TV show and then see a guy is just naked and be like, nah, I can't do that.
I never, dude,
you know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about? I like Spartacus. Them niggas was naked 90% of the fucking time. Their dicks was out half the fucking show.
I've never watched the show Spartacus.
That's where you got your,
no.
Said, I can't do this no more. I can't see this no more.
Oh my gosh, bro! I watched the Joan walking tall, like the nigga walking there and his meat out.
The Rock?
Walking, walk hard. Walk hard.
Walk hard is funny. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't care about that shit. I don't want to see a nigga getting his shit pushed in, so I'm cool. I'm not.
I'm sorry. Are we talking about violence or are we talking about
his shit getting pushed in, nigga? That's what I'm talking about.
Because when I'm from, when a nigga get his shit pushed in, he usually getting shot or killed or something.
You talking about
back to what I'm saying. Back to the topic. Listen, man. I know the hate mail gonna come. Fuck everybody. Like you want to talk to me one-on-one about this shit. Talk to me about this shit, but don't.
People gotta watch it for hate mail to come.
But don't do that gang up shit like y'all want to ride with a cause that y'all not really ride for.
I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I'm honestly just making fun of you.
Because I just today's society, dog. I just hate the shit so much, dog. It just seems like
people take shit too literally.
They take the shit too far. Like you talk to a normal gay person about something like that, or have a disagreement with a normal gay person out there. It's like, yo, you can generally have a conversation with the motherfucker. And they might not feel the same way the rest of the community feel, but it seems like it's a bunch of, I don't give a fuck, I'm going to say, there's a lot of angry fucking white women that want to fucking, oh, you got to do it this way. Like, no, we don't got to do it the way that everybody wants to walk in society.
I do agree with that.
That's what makes America, America, dog. Everybody has the right to be or feel however they want. You can feel and say however you want. Long as you don't go out there physically hurting nobody or asking somebody, a group of people, to go do physical harm to people. I did not like nothing Donald Trump had to say.
Is it okay? Is it okay for people? Is it okay for people not to prefer the company of other races without being violent or without going out there and screaming it? Is that okay? No, I'm asking you. I'm not judging. I'm asking you.
Yeah, bro.
That's a good question.
Don't bother me. That's a good question. I would never go into an all-white bar. I know we're not accepted there. I don't care. But I'm not going to say what. But I'm not going to tell these motherfuckers, yo, you got to shut your bar down because black people are scared to come in here because of the way y'all act. Why go sitting somewhere you don't want, where people don't want you to be?
We've gone into all white bars before, Kev.
No, I'm talking about deep woods, all white, Confederate flag shit hanging outside, fucking Confederate flags in the windows of people pickup trucks, Ford Taurus, bringing Ford Taurus, 95 Ford Taurus is in the parking lot, a lot of pickup trucks on lift kits, a lot of mud flaps. Like, you would not walk in that bar. Let's be real.
You're right.
In an area where a bar like that exists,
is one right. It's right.
If I didn't feel comfortable, I'm not gonna go to any bar I feel comfortable.
No, not to go to Nugget. It's one in Akko called Devil. You ride past that shit. You ride past that. I've been in the Nugget.
That's what I was thinking.
I know we went together.
We've all been there.
You ride past the bar. It's literally across, like literally 1 mile away from here. This shit is deep. It's deep in the fucking woods. It's surrounded by trees. It's off in the cut, and when you ride past that bitch, ain't nothing but country music blaring at that motherfucker, and 1,000,001 fucking pickup trucks, and at least 2 Ford Tauruses.
Country music be going hard sometimes, though, bro.
Green Ford Taurus,
That's
95.
Funny they say green. It's a movie called Green Room.
Green.
It's the exact same situation with like this rock band group. If you've never seen it, Green Room. That shit's great. It's got Patrick Stewart in it too, which blew my mind because he was racist in a motherfucker.
Patrick Stewart. Jean-Luc Picard?
He said niggers in the movie. I said, No, I said no, not my boy.
Professor X.
Not, I'm about to say not Professor X.
But
He
that's the
just said
same.
niggers.
That's the same. They can
But
make movies like that.
Green Room. It's on
Director Bullock.
Hulu or one of those, but it was good. I thought it was going to be crappy. It was pretty good. You'd like it. I thought it was going to be. I mean, it's some sort of a horror, but it's like a thriller. It's not like a scary horror. It's like, oh shit. Hopefully you can survive horror. You know what I mean? Starring Patrick Stewart, the one who's commencing with all the brutal shit.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Go ahead, man.
When it comes to, I don't get it, and maybe we get asked a white person. Why is it though that we associate? And I know why, but I'm saying like, where did it come from? The trucks with the lift kits and the American flag. It's not the ones with the. It's not always the ones with the Confederate flag, but the what do you call it? The American flag too. The big, gigantic American flags off the back of a big old truck. And honestly, it's not always a middle-aged man. It'd be like 17, 18-year-olds with that same truck. Why do we associate that with racism?
Because
seriously,
because they the one who fucking muddied the water with the whole bullshit. They muddy the water with it. Like a lot of fucking racist shit is said between motherfuckers like that. Every time you disagree with one of them motherfuckers on something that's going on in America,
how do we know?
First thing they want to tell you is go back to your own country. Bitch, I'm from the same country you are. You better not be any. You better be pure-blooded fucking England.
I got a question.
Because if you're not pure-blood England from England, you haven't been in this country longer than I have. If you're fucking Irish, Russian, German, or anything after that, you came over when the Statue of Liberty was in fucking place. Bitch, I was here before that Statue of Liberty. My people was here before that Statue of Liberty even fucking got erected. We was in this motherfucker when niggas was taking sailboats over here. Y'all bitches came in on a steam engine.
All right, but you kind of got away from my question. I get what you're saying. You kind of went into a rant, and I'm trying to, because I'm gonna be honest. I've never talked to a person in that pickup truck that told me to go back to where I came from. That's what I mean. Where did me, you, everybody, where did we get the whole? Because I think that, I ain't gonna lie, when I see that, I'm like, oh, that motherfucker racist. But I don't know where it came from. I never had a racist interaction with a person, with a teenager or a fucking middle-aged man in a big ass truck with the American flag. We just automatically assume that nigga a racist.
Why do they think that all black people love watermelon?
That's where did it come from?
I'm saying, like, where do these
exactly?
Listen, I see niggas.
I believe that shit.
Most shits in movies when niggas is getting hanged or beaten, mutilized, and they say nigger in the movie, or they saying some racist shit. And it's modern times. There's always a pickup truck and a fucking American flag somewhere present.
Right. So okay. So
that was depicted.
Right. I know we had a plan, Kev, but we kind of on some different shit now.
Cool. I'll save that episode for another time.
Let's have a real thoughtful conversation about it.
It's pretty much mind control. In my opinion, it's all visual mind games. I mean, think about it. I mean, and this is how I would think about situations. If you've never seen it, you'd never categorize it that way, right? If it was never brought to your attention that way, it would never be a thought in your mind. Right. You would never. It would just be a fucking truck with a lift on it. You know what I'm saying? Now I know dudes who have trucks with lifts that are black. You wouldn't look at them and be like, that motherfucker must hate black people. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't work out that way. But when you see someone who's not of your culture, that's the first thing you would think of. Yes, in a sense. Or depending on how they dress or get out of the car, you know what I'm saying? Like, depending on their actions as they have the vehicle, then or what's on the vehicle,
they say the same thing when they see us.
But it's used, I feel as though shit like that is dominantly used to turn yourself, to turn people against each other. It's just a game of mind warfare. Yeah, you don't want to deal with them because look, they all drive those trucks. You better be careful. Hey, they all like watermelon. That's how you know that they can't swim.
Watermelon is,
you know what I'm saying? Like, they can't swim. So if you need to get away, swim away. You know what I'm saying? Like, goofy shit. You know what I mean? Like, They're gonna always get burned. You know what I'm saying? If they're in the sun too long, they're gonna burn. Make sure they've all got suntan lotion. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I mean, that's probably genetically true. It's probably a fact.
I believe so, actually.
You know what I'm saying? Like not all
the sunlight. It's the truth.
Sunburn and shit too. You just don't notice it when it hurts on your body from you being on the beach all goddamn day. It's probably sunburn.
Yeah, I got
you know what I mean?
I got
like,
sunburn before. I peeled before.
What color absorbs sunlight?
These are just statements that are made to bring one's culture down in another culture's eyes, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because I know plenty of black people who could swim. It don't even make no goddamn sense for all these people to have all these goddamn pool parties and they can't swim.
You'd be surprised.
It's 25 pool parties a month every summer.
They just they all be in the shallow end.
they all be outside the pool. Just
I know a lot of people who can't swim.
Yeah, but you can't. Being black and owning a pool and can't swim is just a sign of your death certificate. You know what I mean? Like,
I know a nigga that owns a pool.
That's stupid. You know what I mean? Like,
there's people who they just choose what order they want to be in.
Fly one. I got a plane in my backyard. I got a chopper in my backyard. Oh, let's go for it. Nah, I can't fly that motherfucker. That's just for looks.
Yo, look at my plane.
Look at that shit.
You
ever float? No, I'm scared of heights. You know what I mean? Like, no.
Nah, but the motherfuckers with the pickup trucks, they've been kind of like recently, they've been kind of making a name for themselves. And they had them fucking big old Trump rallies. You don't see no Mercedes out there on rims out there. You just see a bunch of pickup trucks lined up all the way down the road with a big ass. This is where I know when they racist. They can have the American flag. It's cool. Well, I think they're racist. When you got that American flag and then you got that Blue Lives Matter flag with that black flag with the stripe down the middle, I'm like, you want some other shit. You just switched out your Nazi flag for something different.
But that right.
I mean, they don't even have to have all that. You know
I do.
Regular truck and all it's got to say is all lives matter. And the first thing you're going to look at them is like,
yes.
No, something ain't right.
But you know what, though? That's the thing.
That matters.
That's the thing, though. It's all a narrative. So I agree with what you're saying, Kev. Like when I see those trucks, that's what I think. That is that dude, he don't have the same ideology I do. Like, you know what I'm saying? He had a big American flag. Why you got the American flag up? What you telling me? You the biggest American out here? It's just, but I do believe that it's part of a bigger narrative that who knows where it's coming from and why it's there, but it is a narrative that's being spent and injected directly to us with this damn phone.
For purposes of what? Control.
Division and control.
Well, they told you, everybody, you can always do an experiment. You can grab somebody's timeline who believes in that all lives matter shit and all that other shit, and you can take their phone, they can take your phone. Y'all news feeds are going to be two completely different things.
Of course.
Of videos that pop up. It just is. It's an algorithm game. But America's based on that. They've been based on that for a long time. You know what I'm saying? When they, like I told you, if you ever hear, I got to look up that podcast. But you ever heard people speak like the first Americans, when people was coming out on boats as Germans and all that, they did not respect them. They was in the same categorized boat as black people.
Yep.
Yes.
They was. They were treated
100%.
They were treated the same. So what happened was they just, realized I have white skin.
It was definitely levels to, I'm about to say, it was levels to the shit.
Yeah, I got
you're not from here, but those motherfuckers ain't from here neither, but you
let's both get them.
Than them. So we'll give you a little bit more.
Let's gang up. Let's gang up on them.
How it goes.
Both get them.
That's how.
Yeah.
Let's both get them.
But that's crazy. That's any case. Like I remember this nigga I was in school. This is not even. It was sort of race, but I don't even got to deal with that. It was in school and it was this fucking white boy that was a fucking bully. You know what I'm saying? He was just a bully. He was bullying everybody. And I remember him bullying this kid. And I just told him like to stop. And he tried to bully me. But I'm like, all right, whatever. After we get done lunch.
He said, I'm not the getting bullied.
Nah, I ain't. Because I went to lunch.
I watched UFC before.
I was in like the 4th grade, dog, but I was at lunch. He's talking shit, picking on this little white kid, this other white boy. I told him to stop. You know what I'm saying? And the white boy got mad, wanted to fight. So I said, all right, cool. At recess, it's me and you. Oh, yeah. What happens was the little white boy I saved, he was cool. He was happy with it, but he didn't want to get picked on. So the nigga, I told him what I'm gonna do. The nigga went to go set me up. I come around the corner, all you know what I mean, him, another kid, and the boy that's getting picked on, all three of these niggas is waiting on me. So what I do is like I gotta go for I know, take the strongest and most scary nigga out the crowd. So I went after the bully first. The next thing I know, the gym teacher came and broke it up, and I was like, yo, told the white boy, I don't fuck with you no more. I'm gonna beat your ass. You had the bully picking on me. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass when I catch you by yourself. And you just for being his friend, I'm gonna beat your ass. But all they did was they were tired of getting bullied, so they just jumped with the bully side to go pick on the person who only had one person, which was me. Which what they do in America.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? So there's a deeper conversation right there, like what you just said about how they all kind of united to say, yo, I don't want you to fuck with me. Let's fuck this nigga up. But to actually go somewhere after defending somebody and to see them with the person that you got to go fight, it's probably one of the funniest shits I've ever heard in the world. Because I'm imagining the nigga that looked like Minkus from Boy Meets World behind the bully, ready to get some licks in. To me, that sound funny,
bro. The nigga had. I'm
just does.
We'll tell you, and this is no bullshit. I'm not even trying
Frank
to exaggerate
and shit.
I'm not even trying to exaggerate the story,
but able to win.
But you gotta understand, this is
fuck Kev ass up.
This is 1994, dog. So you just imagine the clothes in 1994 that this dude had on.
Kev, he hit you with a telescope?
Nah, he was a chubby kid. He had a chubby kid. Listen, he's a chubby kid. He had glasses. But what reason they was picking on him, not because he was chubby with glasses, the nigga had suspenders on holding his pants.
Oh, he was sharp.
So they were picking on him, and then you told him to stop picking on them, and then he ended up ganging up with them.
To jump
after
me.
You fought them or before you?
Before I fought them, because we in the lunchroom, and I tell him to stop picking on the boy, like leave him alone. Like he don't even like you slapping him, he not even doing that. Like just leave him alone. Like come on, he ain't gonna fight you back. So the bully like looked at me like, what the fuck you gonna do? I'm like, you got the right one. I'm with the shits. I don't care. I may be quiet, but I'll fight. I rather. At that time, my dad was living with me, and my dad had one saying: either you whip his ass, or I'm gonna whip your ass, and then go make you whip his ass. So you have 2 ass whoopings, or possibly just one, which means I could possibly win. So you could possibly get one. But if you don't fight him, you're gonna guarantee to get one ass whooping is gonna be for me. So I just saved the ball. Next thing I know, he said, okay, at recess is on. So I said, cool. They walked away from the boy. I said, you good now? I said, when I come out of recess, I'm going to say this shit going to be easy. I'm going to dust him off. I'm going to come around the corner while he ain't paying attention. I'm going to just trash this. I'm going to trash him. I'm going to catch him by surprise. That's how I'm going to beat this dude up.
You went and told the boy your plans.
Told the boy my plans. So when I came around the corner, they was already waiting on me like,
that's crazy. Dude, that just happened on the boys.
You blew.
Yeah, don't say nothing. I know it, but go ahead.
Yeah, you blew my whole surprise. I'm like, all right, cool. All right. Well, I know how I got to do this. I'm not gonna sit up here and ball up and let them beat me. I'm going for the one in the middle of the crowd. Let's go. The big bully, me and you. We start rocking. Next thing I know, the gym teacher came over, asked me what I was fighting over. Told him. They sat me and the bully down, trying to make us become friends. I didn't want to become friends with him.
Kev told them kids, this is how you know it's difference between our era and today's era, because Kev was in 4th grade and he told each one of them kids in front of all the teachers he was going to whoop each and every one of their asses separately. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Then after I'm done with him, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And the teachers listened to it. And he probably came to school the next day like nothing ever happened. But if that had happened today, Kev would have been expelled from school. He probably would have been in juvie. They would have hit him with all types of death threats. You know what I'm saying? Because so much crazy shit's happening in the schools nowadays. Kev would have been on alert.
These are all we had. Like Pop said, it's all I had. Put the gun down, use these. That's all I had, dog. Like I just knew what it was.
That's all we all knew how to do. We said it already though.
Yeah, we was.
Well, not only that, but I mean, nigga, when we was kids, you might not be scared to have a cap gun, but you were scared to just have a regular gun as a kid. Like, the fuck you gonna do with that shit? You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, I wasn't thinking about killing nobody as a child, as a young teenager. The thought of putting somebody out off of this earth wasn't even in my mind. I'm not fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Because how can you walk around and people look at you and know that you got knocked out and feel that without you being alive? You know what I mean? You got to
Man.
be able to walk around with that L so people know, like, Gabe just gave you that L, right?
That's
Drake
my
gave you that L, right? You know what I'm saying? And then you get to come back and try it again. Then
that's
you know what I mean?
that's my thought process in general.
Until you're done with the situation.
You know what though? If you look at stuff nowadays, you didn't know it before. Social media is shining a lot of light on what's going on when it comes to other people's children, right? I'm gonna just leave it there. And that you know that they going hunting. See, I grew up in Philly, right? In Philly, we ain't know nothing about no hunting. When niggas talking about, yeah, we gonna hunt deer or something like that, you be like, what? Like, even I had white friends and all that. We didn't realize that they knew how to shoot guns since they was 7, 8 years old. They been knew how to shoot guns, bro.
So
They,
my kids, I teach them now.
huh? But that's what I'm saying. It's not outrageous. It's not outrageous if you do that, but you didn't think that way. So that's all we knew. You get what I'm saying? Is to use your fist.
I did. My dad. But the thing was, I knew about a gun. My dad had a gun. The first time I shot a gun, I was
Did
9
you
years old.
wait? I don't want to interrupt you. I want you to tell your story. When you say you knew about a gun, did you knew your dad had a gun and he taught you how to shoot it, or did he teach you how to be efficient with a gun?
Told me how to shoot. He pulled that shit. I was like, here, bust the gun. I was 9 years old. He gave me his gun, let me shoot in the woods.
All
But
right,
he also told me, but when he showed me his gun, he told me straight up, he said, you don't ever walk around and pull this thing out. He was like, because you got two choices. Once you pull this out, you must take the person's, this was words to me. It may not sound right. He said, you must take the person's life that you flashed his gun on because he can come back possibly and kill you. So I advise you not to, he said, I advise you never to pick this up or use it unless you intend on using it. Besides that, I'd rather you fight because he said, this is last measure. This is something you use to protect your family. This ain't something you going around to scare people with. He said, this is last resort. This ain't you lose a fight and you go grab it. Nah, this is you're protecting something.
I ain't gonna hold you. When I was a kid, my parents wouldn't even buy it. I would get a water gun because they wouldn't buy a gun that actually looked like a gun. If I had a toy gun that actually looked like a real gun, my grandmother would have a problem. Like, what the hell you got that with? Nah, that's not. You know what I mean? A water gun, something that looked crazy. You got a big ass tube on it that you got filled with water and you pumping shit looks like some intergalactic shit. She don't care about that.
Super soakers with super
yeah,
soakers.
yeah. I mean, when we had real super soakers. Matter of fact, one of my homies pulled up on me last night, talking about he was riding through the hood shooting people with super soaker, and it looked like a big super soaker. So it didn't look like nothing crazy. If you put the window down, you know ain't nobody coming to actually attack you with something that could take your life. You know what I'm saying?
By the way.
Yeah. So shit like that is funny, but they would never let me have something like I remember my grandfather had got me a cap gun once, and then one day it was just gone. You know what I mean? Like it was just gone. Where is that? I never knew. I never found out. Somebody, yeah, yeah. I'm sure somebody grabbed that joint out of the house. Like, yeah, we're not doing this no more. And that was just it.
That's the thing. Them guys. I mean, and once again, we're just going off of, we're just going off of hearsay. But those guys with the trucks and the flags, they know how to clean that gun. Not and handguns is child's play to them. They know how to clean rifles. They know how to aim the rifle. They know how to sight the rifle correctly. They know how to load that joint. They know how to. They already come trained like that when they're your age. Guns ain't a thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think when it comes to stuff like that, that's why we look at them that way because that's how we see them.
Yeah. It's cool. I mean, listen.
That's how they were depicted to us, categorized.
They depicted
because if it was never embedded into your brain, that would have never come across as a natural thought.
Listen, man.
While seeing it on movies, hearing it in songs, family members talking about it, friends talking about it, shit that gets embedded into your mind, then you will form that calculation of, oh, okay, that must be what it is if everybody says the same thing.
You gotta understand, civil rights movement is only like 60 years old. I'm 30.
Yeah.
So
what?
Yeah, he lying, but that's all right.
Bitch,
He lying like
my
a
bad. I'm
motherfucker,
39. You're
too.
38.
That nigga traveled back in time.
And he's 30.
That
I'm in my
nigga-
30s. My whatever.
Drake
Fuck
38
it.
too.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
38, yes.
Yeah.
Happy
I'm
birthday.
Thank you very much. I was trying to delve deeper into the narrative shit.
I'm,
We jumped all around.
I'm talking. You talking about
This
the
is
whole
what Kev
narrative?
like to hear. This podcast talk to Kev. This is it. Bouncing around.
Y'all act like it's conversation, dude. You can have we having multiple.
Hey.
I didn't even get into my topic, which I'm just going to save for another time.
It's all
But the
right.
next topic, we're definitely going to the next topic. We're definitely going to get into it. But yeah, but no, I was like you saying the whole depiction of how the trucks like I was saying at 60 years old is racism. It's not that old. It ain't like
No, I'm about to say, yeah, you're right.
But I'm saying when it was like bold-faced, in your face, fucking racism was like maybe 60 years ago. A little bit more.
1960 sounds about right.
Yeah, it's still a little bit more.
I mean, beforehand,
Yeah.
even more. But
Even in the
but it
70s,
was- I mean, it's racism now, so you can only imagine how much more prevalent it was 60 years ago.
yeah, it just kills me, man. It's like they can eradicate everything else they got, They try to be sensitive to everything else, but racism. Just keep saying what you want to say. Like nobody's gonna check you. Like y'all, they make themselves look like that. Every time you see some racist bullshit go down on the internet, like it's somewhere in the back there around there's a fucking truck.
It's funny that it's funny that we got on this topic of racism in itself. But
in the background there's a truck.
It's crazy how 60 years ago everybody knew racism existed because it was demonstrated to you on a daily basis, right? And as you progress in life, it's supposed to have decreased and decreased and decreased. And you would assume, right, especially after the Rodney King beating, that with there being so much of a social media presence, videos everywhere you go, everywhere you're being recorded, that you'd be like, I gotta kind of chill, because as much as I don't like these type of people, I know this can affect me, my livelihood, my family. But nah, they don't care if they on video or not. They gonna display how they feel, whether it's verbally or some type of an action. You know what I mean? Whether it's violence or you purposely trying to out somebody because you just don't like who they are because of where they come from. That shit is everywhere, and you can just literally pull up videos of people doing it. They got a group of Karens. They call them Karens, and they don't like to be called Karens, but they don't mind telling you that you need to go back to where you came from. Like they came from here. Like this is where they originated.
Bitch, I came from Jersey. My bad.
Could you imagine?
I'm going back
Could
to
you
my address,
imagine
my
there
address.
being millions of Native Americans on the U.S.? They thrived and they prospered, and we're here, and we're all here. Still the same type of day. Everything's still the same way it is, but there's more Native Americans. Could you imagine millions of Native Americans saying, "Yo, go back to where y'all came from"? Everybody go back to where y'all came from.
I might be fucking with them on that. Like, yo, you right.
You got it.
Like, what do you say to them?
Like, yeah, technically,
you know what I mean?
Technically, this is your country, bro.
What do you say to them?
Can't say nothing to them.
You can't, like, bro.
It's entitlement, man.
Black people be like, we've been trying to. It's like, we've been trying. We didn't ask for this. Okay, we didn't ask for this. All right, we just was brought here.
Yeah, like I said, we was brought here first, so it was like,
Kev, look at you.
Were we first?
Yes, we was. It was
like
they was no. They came after us. They came after we was here. We got everything started. We was on the fields, working the field when the British was still in control of America.
I'm not a history buff at all because I know all that shit is fabricated to a high level. That's
fact.
Definitely.
The truth is only told by the winners. The history is only told by the winners.
But I'm just going to tell you what's straight up, what's factual.
We
were still sending fuck. You really think a white man was in them fields picking tobacco to send back to Britain?
I don't think it was.
I don't know if that's what we're talking about here. Like, so to say, I'm not saying you're wrong, bro. Don't get it twisted. Because what I'm saying is I don't know. So if we are talking about history, right, and we think about what history actually is, History has been passed down, but who has it been passed down by?
Dude, listen, let
No,
me
no,
break.
I'm just go
I'm
ahead.
make
Go ahead.
something clear to you. We wasn't taught or able to be depicted to read. We wasn't taught to read. So if you really want to find the truth, you get a book over 200 years old and read how they talked in these books about how they depicted black people. That's the truth because we can't read it, so we wasn't going to be able to read it. So why would they hide something we don't have no knowledge of how to fucking translate? So they wrote their truth down in them books and them journals and everything like that. They kept G real in them shits because
Who?
it's like the people who was here. If you ever hear them how they talk of how much a slave was worth back in such and such time, and you know what I mean, what they are, the males was buck. This is how you break them. This is how you their women are called this, their child. If you
I'm
don't
talking about slavery, but what about before that?
what
I'm saying, what about before that? I said you're talking about slavery. I'm talking about before that.
before who was here in this country?
Yeah, before
Before
slavery
slavery.
itself, how do you know who was living
We don't know
in
who was
the
living here.
country?
We know because it's a fact. Germans and all them didn't come. England discovered America. People from
No, I don't think that's
No,
no,
I don't
I
think
swear
that's to my what
they
was to my
fucking
knowledge is Christopher
colonized.
Columbus had came here, but it was already
My bad.
discovered by a Spaniard.
They colonized.
That's
They
the history that I was
England
taught.
colonized America. It was British flags hanging up. The Revolutionary War and all that shit. British colonized America.
Well,
Okay?
yeah, I mean that's how we speak
Okay,
English.
that's why exactly they colonized
But that's
America. They
because
was already getting
that's not the
slaves.
same as them being here first, though.
Not saying
Or
being here
finding it
first,
first.
bro. What I'm saying, like a white German man can't tell me he was here first. I was here longer than you was. You came in after the Statue of Liberty was built. When the first World War was going on and you was trying to leave and famine was going on in Europe, y'all was leaving Europe to come to better things in America. We was already here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was coming off the boat. Y'all was
I
immigrants.
get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? I'm already been here.
Foreigners.
I
You
understand,
can't be a
but it's
German
hard
America
for
to
me
tell me
to
to.
believe that there was only one country that decided that they were going to leave to to go abroad on a boat to search for things when there's all these different places of land that
Nigga, there
surround
was
water.
no fucking
And
YouTube or cell phones and nothing about
exactly,
that
that's
shit.
what I'm saying. So it's hard for me to believe that England would have been. I know that they weren't the first. I know
So
that.
where was there a German colony at? Where was there
But it doesn't have to be
Italian?
German.
No,
The first. I was taught that the first person who found the United States was a Spaniard,
and he came
and
and
he ended up being murdered or something like
he
that.
tried to come back and wound up on South America shores. You get what I'm saying? Like they came back.
I heard Christopher Columbus wound up on South America shores.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's where he wound up at. He didn't
But-
discover.
So, but this is my point. I'm not trying to disprove your point. I'm just speaking in general. Like we're not, you know what I mean? When it comes to the history that we've been told or been written in a book or whatever, it's still the same thing to me. And I'm talking about before, because I know what you mean. You're saying that we were here before all the other people that came here, like when it was America already. But I'm saying like even before that, before like when they talk about, because my thing is we all know what Pangea is, right?
Yeah. See,
Right.
Oh, so you're saying traveling to here before they were even broken up?
Okay, you
But
want
there's
to
not
know
even
those people.
Going, but all right.
I'm telling you, those people.
I'm still going. Hold on. I'm
Right.
saying we all know what Pangea is. Boom, boom, boom. So all you're telling me that this nigga did not set sail and find Asia, find anything else. America was just this vacant country that they could have
No.
came in and said, no, they took over America or whatever this shit was. You know what I'm saying? They came and took it over. But there were people here before then. I can't even say it was just Native American
No,
people.
it wasn't. It was called the Clovis. I listen. They artifacts predate. They were like they predate because everybody thought who came across that land bridge was considered hunter gatherers, meaning they just followed the herds. They never set up agriculture and all that shit like that. So their tools was primitive to bows, arrows, and spears because they needed to pack up and go. They never settled down. But it was another group that was here before here in America called the Clovis, where they had pottery and all this shit, and they looked like they had agriculture, stating that these people actually set up to live here, and these people were wiped out probably during the first ice age, during an impact that hit the earth. Probably a meteorite would cause the sun to black out, which forced the world into the ice age. These people was, they were here first, so they got wiped out, and then that land bridge happened during the ice age, which brought the other people over, whoever they were, coming from Asia, Indonesia, anybody that can reach that barren landmass. So it was definitely people here. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about modern day America, like America as it pertains when they, like I said, when they tell us to go back to where we came from. I'm talking about modern day America. You can't be some fucking a descendant of an immigrant and going to tell me to go back where the fuck I came from. If I don't like it here, bitch, you can go back where you came from, because this is a free country. We can say whatever the fuck we want. When I hear people say that shit, go back to where you come from, I'm like, yo, won't you go to these fucking countries where, it's communism in place? That way we all got to obey the flag and love the flag and do all the other shit. But as far as when I'm in America, I can do what I want. I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. Yeah, I don't agree with you. I can disagree with you. I don't believe your points. I don't have to. That's why this is America. You want some unified language and unified thought process of what your country should be? There are a bunch of communist countries that you can go back to that you probably originated from. Go back there and enjoy the communism. That way, nobody get out of line with the flag and what the politicians put in place. But that's just me. My thought process.
I mean, it's true. I mean,
Hey, I
that's
think
what it's supposed to be built off of.
Nah, you smoked that though.
That's what it's supposed to be built off of. The whole idea of a free country is a little. It's. I mean, what it used to mean, it damn sure ain't. It don't mean that now. You know what I mean? You damn sure can't say what you want. You can't. You couldn't. You can't say what you want, or you couldn't have said what you wanted back then, because it affects you now. So the things that you were okay to say in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, if there was proof that you said something that someone doesn't like, or you know what I'm saying, they feel though it offends them, and you said that shit 30 years ago, they're gonna bring that shit to light and they're gonna make you pay for it.
But
From something that you said 30 years ago. You are retired. You could be a retired person living, just chilling. And nah, you were talking about gay people 25 years ago when nobody liked to even look at gay people and thought that this is. And I'm offended by your views of how I am, how I live my life now, and your views about it from 25. Like, what? Why would you even care?
Because
especially if America is built on change. That's all there has been happening in America since Christopher Columbus came to America, or whatever the fuck happened back then. But it's been gradually changing from one point to the next. Obviously, it changed because black people were slaves for 400 years, and then one day they weren't. You know what I'm saying? They were still some type of slaves, but it was like, you don't have to work in the fields no more. You just got to go do other things that we don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you don't have to do those things no more, but you don't have a say so on the thing. Oh, you could come and fight with us, but you don't get the same. You're only 1/4 of a man compared to me. Like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's been progress, change. You can't deny that. It is change, nonetheless.
Right.
So a person couldn't have changed from 20 years ago. Now you gotta fucking ridicule them and put them in a place where now they can't either make the money that they were making, or people are fucking making these crazy accusations and opinions of a person about who they were 20 years ago. You can't leave alone what's alone already.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why do people feel as though they have to be so involved with a person that they have to make them pay for something that they said or their opinions from so long ago? Why do you have to have the energy to care about something so bad that you want to affect a person's life because of what their opinions were, or a joke they made, or something that they believed in 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, a year ago?
you don't realize you answered your own question. Like they don't. They just have
Overly
nothing.
entitled people.
They don't have nothing else going on in their life other than fucking trying to make other people's lives miserable.
Bro, if I had the time or energy to I don't have the time to care about the next man's life at all. I'm so focused on what I got to do for myself that I lose. That's valuable time caring about what somebody else did, digging through the dirt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And these people getting paid for that shit too. Like there's
that's
some people
why
getting paid for that shit. Like, oh,
it's a business.
Shit. This nigga said that he didn't like gay people 25 years ago. Meanwhile, as he becomes older, the nigga dad could have turned gay, or his brother's gay, or his sister's gay, or you know what I mean, somebody that he cares about to the ends of the earth is gay, and he supports it at this point. You're not going to look at what's going on right now. You're going to be focused on what happened back then. You know what I'm saying? Like people kill me, and that's why I don't like people now. I don't.
Hey,
A couple days ago, I literally was like, I just don't like people, yo. Like I like the people that I deal with, but like random people, like I don't want to be nobody's friend, no new friend. I don't want to deal with a new characteristic. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to have to indulge in what you may or may not like because I don't care. I don't care about what your views are me or what you think my opinion should be. I'm a prime example of a motherfucker who minds his motherfucking business to the max. You know what I'm saying? I could care less. So when that shit is brought to me and somebody be like, oh, yo, you hear that? I don't care.
What the fuck?
Care what that man or that woman is doing with her life or what her opinions are.
One bit.
Is it taken out of my pocket? Listen, what you eat don't make me shit.
I wish people would listen to that.
Doesn't at all. What you eat don't make me shit. My stomach is still empty, my nigga. So no, I don't care. I got too much to focus on than somebody else's opinions of what something else is. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. That's the whole point of it being America is that that's one of the things that you are entitled to is to have an opinion, no matter what it is. You can have an opinion of a person, a subject, you know what I mean? Anything, but that's just your opinion. It doesn't make it a fact. So why are you hell bent on making somebody's life hell over an opinion or something that they said or they feel? You're allowed to have feelings. You're allowed to be able to say what you want to say without getting persecuted. Well, at least it used to be.
Yeah, not anymore.
You know what I'm saying? Now you can lose your job. You can lose, you know what I'm saying, the paycheck. You can lose fucking freedom. You can lose your freedom nowadays saying the wrong shit. Shit, when Trump was in office, you said some shit about Trump on Twitter and you was a celebrity, and motherfucker was coming after you, bro. Yeah. He was coming for your head.
It's called weaponizing.
Listen, people in the NFL, trust me, he was going after people. You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of...
Ask Colin Kaepernick.
Weaponizing your fan base is what it's about.
It's crazy. And you know what? They'll do whatever they tell them to do, and they not making nothing out of it. Getting pleasure of being a fucking pawn.
Oof. That's what's happening.
Goofy,
that's what a lot of these groups is just like you said, weaponizing their base of people, and it's getting to a point now. It's like I mean,
not like that.
What's going to happen is that you're going to fucking lose credibility. Like only reason motherfuckers listen to you because you're fucking. Like I said, man, the bullies are now the people who are being bullied are now becoming the bullies.
Bunch of nerdles.
All right, cool. That's all I got, man.
Fuck you. We out. It's like, nah.
I like that, yo.
No, we're not saying
Fuck
that.
You, I'm going that's an old school opinion. These are our opinions. You don't like it? Fuck you. Yeah. Remember? That was so harsh, man.
Peace, peoples.
It's peace and love.
Have a good
peace,
one,
love,
man.
and happiness.